The Kansas City Chiefs are absolutely deadly, and nobody should question whether or not they're going to make another run for a three-peat. And the reason why I say nobody should question that is because if you look what the Kansas City Chiefs are doing, they look different than previous years. You know, they came out hot. They came out firing. The offense looked like they was getting it up the field pretty much, very easily. Patrick Mahomes, he had a all-right performance, 291 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. The interception was a bad decision, but other than that, Patrick Mahomes did pretty good. And he also had 2 drop touchdowns. So Patrick Mahomes had a pretty good game out there. And I love what I see out of him. He looked sharp, and he looked like he was ready to ball out this year. But Isaiah Pacheco was more involved in the passing game, which is nice to see. That's progress right there, because Isaiah Pacheco, he wasn't really featured that much in the passing game last year. And then you got Rashee Rice, who was absolutely unstoppable. I mean, you looked at him in on slants and the way he was just getting the yard after the catch and stuff like that and getting open. He reminds me of Amon-Ra St. Brown. We got Xavier Worthy, who put up 2 touchdowns pretty much easily. So the Kansas City Chiefs are sending a message, and they're showing the league that this offense is back, and they're ready to go back for another three-peat. And the defense also played very well, holding up Baltimore Ravens to 20 points, which, the Ravens had the best offense in the league last season. So that was very good to watch right there. The Chiefs' offense, I mean, it lived up to the expectations that all Chiefs fans had for it, right? Like before coming into this year, what we said that this offense is going to be way better than it was last season. I mean, last season was a horrible year offensively for the Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, it was times where they looked absolutely stuck, like they couldn't even get the ball up the field. I mean, it was times when Mahomes had to literally force himself to use his legs because the wide receivers were so bad at getting open. Like, it was honestly a horrible season last year. But this year, I mean, we come in with Rashee Rice, who, is literally having a breakout season based off his first game. He looks very good. And then you got Hollywood Brown, who didn't even play a game yet, and I'm waiting for him to return, because when he returns, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And you got Xavier Worthy, who looks literally unstoppable already. He already looks unstoppable, and his career literally just started. So when you factor in all these things, and when you put it all together, for a playoff run, say like this thing, like that offense that we seen in the first, game, if we see that in the playoffs, we're gonna be happy. As Chiefs fans, we're gonna be happy, because that type of offense, that's something that can win you a championship. That is definitely something that can win you a championship. I mean, Mahomes, 291 passing yards, 1 passing touchdown, 1 interception. Worthy, 68 yards, 2 TDs, 2 receptions, 47 receiving yards. Pacheco, 15 carries, 45 rushing yards, 78 total yards. But Rice, man, that game was just unreal. 103 yards and 7 receptions. And mind you, this is without Travis Kelce even doing anything. Travis Kelce didn't really do nothing at all. He had a 34-yard performance with 3 receptions. That's not really the Travis that we know. But slow first game, but obviously Travis Kelce is going to pick it up. You can't tell me that he's not going to pick it up. So this Chiefs offense, man, I love it. I love it. And then we're going to see the Cincinnati Bengals next week, which should be a good one. But, it's definitely going to be a tough one, because the Bengals always play us well. The Bengals do always play us well, but that Chiefs offense is looking like they don't care who's in their way. They look unstoppable. They don't care who's in their way. That's what I'm getting out of this Chiefs offense. And Chris Jones even looked amazing. Chris Jones looked amazing. He was getting a lot of pressure, but we're going to talk about 3 Chiefs who won't survive the season in Kansas City. So I think the first one is Clyde Edwards-Helaire. So since Clyde Edwards-Helaire rookie season, we haven't really seen him play at a high level to justify being picked in the first round. So I believe he's going to be, he's not going to survive this season. Sky Moore is another guy who's not going to survive. And Felix Anudike-Uzomah. So those dudes, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. But the Chiefs, man, they should three-peat. They should three-peat. I don't see how they don't three-peat. Like, who's going to beat them? I mean, we're the NFL's current dynasty, and we're going to be probably the best sports team of all time if we pull off this three-peat. Probably could pass the Chicago Bulls, the Lakers, and, the Warriors, all those teams, and, the Patriots, like, all those good teams that's in sports. We might be able to pass them as the best team in history if we pull off this three-peat. Because beating the Ravens like that, that's like that's like a preview of what we could do in the playoffs, because the Ravens are a playoff team, and the back-to-back Super Bowl champs, man. Now we're 1-0 to start the year, and that was nice. That was nice to see. But Chris Jones, he did very, very good, man. He did very good. He was getting a lot of pressure. He was getting run stops. He had a forced fumble in the second quarter. That set up the Chiefs for a field goal. And Jones was hunting matchups all night, man. And he went crazy. Now, Nick Bolton didn't really have a pretty good game, but he'll probably do better, But Xavier Worthy had a very good game, His speed is extremely real. And you could see that by his touchdown run in the first quarter. And he also had a solid snag for a first down later in the game. And he capped things off by making the most of a blown coverage in the fourth quarter and getting another score. So Worthy doesn't need to be crowned as the next wide receiver one in Kansas City for simply running to the right spots. But it's clear that he's a weapon and he's making an impact. And Rashee Rice, even with Worthy in the fold, Rashee Rice picked up right where he left off last season. He looked shifty in his movements. He did plenty of damage over the middle of the field. He finished with 7 receptions for 103 yards. Rice logged 78 of those yards after the catch and has 60 of them against off coverage. And given Worthy's speed and tight end Travis Kelce's gravity, expecting his quality of production every week is realistic. I think Rice could do this every week, and he may be one of them guys that have a huge yardage season. I'm talking 1,005 plus. We'll see. Well, he's looking legit. He is looking legit. And this Chiefs team in general is looking legit. So if you like this video, man, let me know. Like and subscribe. It's been your boy, Chiefs Priority. And y'all know I'm out, man. More content on the way. NFL season's back. So we definitely going to pick up where we left. And let's get it. Love y'all, boys.